So, the story. How do you start this?
Yeah. So right now we're on the Shinkansen line to Kyoto. So we should start. And then that's what you gotta do in like a skate. Morning guys. So I haven't actually been out for that long. Just realised that we didn't actually close the vlog last night. And the reason for that was we were very stressed. We had train problems in the morning, going backwards and forwards from one station to another, just trying to get to Joypolis. And then we thought going back could be easier, and it wasn't really. We got on the wrong train, well, the right train going the wrong direction. And then we got told when we were coming off the train to get a ticket for another line, and we got it from the wrong place, so then we had to get it exchanged. And yeah, there was just a lot of stress, and we were both very tired and exhausted when we got home, so we just didn't vlog. So here's the ending. We didn't forget about you, we were just stressed, and yeah, here's to a new day. So right now we're on the Shinkansen line to Kyoto. So where should I start? Again, we're going to be staying in another Japanese style hotel in the fishing ward. So we'll show you that when we get there. But honestly, we got to the Tokyo station and
It's huge.
it's a maze.
It's absolutely amazing, yeah. Really
Then when we got to the Tokyo, we were like, oh, let's find a JR line and just ask them what ticket we meant to get to Kyoto. And she told us like, oh, there's one in 5 minutes or there's one in half an hour, which one do you want? And I was like, oh yeah, we can make it 5 minutes, it's right next door. Like, she pointed where it was. But my gosh, we ran so fast just to get on here. Like, took the stairs with our big luggage and everything running up because it was faster than taking the elevator and everything. And then we got on it and I'm like, well, I'm really thirsty and I don't know if they sell water on here. So I don't think they do. And it's probably, I think it's 3 hours, could be wrong, could be shorter, we'll let you know. But from Tokyo to Kyoto, on our ticket, it says 3 hours. But that could just be when our ticket expires, so
We'll see.
we'll see. Yeah.
This is a bullet train, it goes like
But
100
yeah.
miles an hour or something like that.
It's a bullet train and it's a pretty nice looking one. We've reserved seats as well, so yeah.
6.5 hours later.
Konnichiwa. So we found like a really local traditional restaurant. And you have to take your shoes off before you come up here. And we're like, at the moment we're cross-legged sitting down on these sorry, bad camera work. On these cushions. And we got these like little tasties. It's like seafood tasties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly they are.
That one had chicken in it.
I think this one's like tuna.
Yeah. But this, I think this was a squid or something in it.
Yeah. It's very small.
Cozy. It's very cozy. I like it. It's very traditional. It's kind of nice not knowing what you're going to get.
And whiskey.
Double. No ice, no soda. Just straight.
You're gonna be happy tonight. And oh, this chicken. The chicken with the
Incredible.
sauce.
This is the chicken, and then we've got our
This
veal
is like
garnish.
salt and pepper or something.
Yeah, I think so. And then this is like the Japanese mayo, which is my favorite.
Oh my gosh.
And then this is the pork. I don't know what sauce this is, but it's so good. It goes like, so you get the pork, you get a little bit of like this relish, get some of the spring onions and the garnish, and then dunk it into that mayo, and it's just sublime, guys.
Oh my gosh.
In heaven, so nice. But we're going to get a side of fries as well. I don't know if we'll need it now. But it's so good. So we're just sharing these. We're going to enjoy it. See if they have dessert, maybe. Just down to that. So good. Well, I mean, obviously I gave it some sriracha. like 2 or 3 sips, and then I'd stir. That's what you gotta do with like whiskey.
The pork with the sauces, mayonnaise, lemon, and whatever that is.
Whatever that. Yeah. I don't know what. At first I thought it was like apple sauce because that's what we usually do with pork, but it wasn't. It was quite like spicy and sweet at the same time. Yeah. The chicken. Oh my! They know how to fry chicken. Like KFC, you can learn a few things from this. I don't think, but if they did chicken like that, maybe I'd go to it more often. It was so good. So now we're going to see if they have dessert.
Maybe a plum one too.
Maybe a plum wine to share. Gosh, we're going to be out of it. Thinking this will be heavyweight. Good luck, probably.
Carry me.
You're not gonna But yeah, no, that was really good. So I'm getting weird looks now. I'm going to turn this off. So we have a story to tell you about today, which is partly why we didn't film the morning, and we thought we'd do it over dessert.
So Tokyo to Kyoto. We had to catch a train from Tokyo to Kyoto. It's like a bullet train, 3-hour bullet train.
We showed you at the start of that trip. We got on the bullet train, and I mentioned how I was really thirsty because
we had no water or anything, and we didn't
have breakfast, didn't have anything in our bag for lunch, and we didn't realise how long the bullet train was going to take, so we hadn't packed anything for lunch. Turns out they sold stuff on the train, but we'll get to that. And I was feeling really thirsty. Robbie was a bit thirsty. You were thirsty, right?
I was thirsty too.
Yeah, I was dehydrated, thirsty. Like, my lips were dry even though I had lip balm on.
Yeah.
I was just so, like, I was craving water. What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're just like,
craving.
because it said like, the train was already moving on the way to Kyoto, like making brief stops every now and then at places.
Yeah. This was the first stop
And
as well.
the station platforms, they have like vending machines for drinks and whatnot. So I thought, okay, we'll brief stop here. One of us will jump off and grab a drink real quick.
Initially, it was going to be me.
Yeah.
I said that I was going to jump off and grab a drink.
But then last minute,
Just because like I was the one that was thirsty, I'm like, okay, if we see one of those, because at every train station there seems to be like a little, actually everywhere you go in Japan, there's like a little what do you call it, vending machine of of loads of drinks, and we saw one, so I got ready, and as I was about to get off, Robbie's like, oh, I'll just go. So I gave him the money, 160 yen.
No, it must have been more than that. Like
No, I gave you 160 yen.
I must have had 100 in my pocket.
You had 100 in your pocket, yeah. But I gave him 160 yen.
Yeah.
Maybe I did give you 260 yen. I think I did.
Maybe
Actually,
you did.
yeah, to be safe, yeah, I gave him 260 yen. And he literally ran off as people were getting on. So it was, one off, one on. I saw him right by me. My window was right there. I saw him.
Yeah, I was putting the money in the machine. I was like being real quick, He
didn't even decide what drink to get. He just banged on one.
Just choose one,
And
like as soon as I did that, and then like the drink was coming down, I looked up and I could see like the gate closing for the door of the train.
There I am in the window trying to yell at Robbie to be like, Robbie. He obviously couldn't see me.
No, I couldn't. I was looking for you there, but
yeah, and then the train started going, and I saw him run to the end yelling, wait, like I heard him yell, wait.
Yeah, I was just like running like.
And I thought he just made it.
No.
Because the reason why I thought he just made it was because the door to our is it section?
Your car.
Our car. The door to our car started opening, and my heart went, whew.
What?
Yeah.
But it was someone else.
And it was someone else. It was just one of the friggin' train people. And immediately I just started bawling my eyes out. I knew he wasn't on the train. And I just started crying. Because I felt scared, terrified. And then I felt absolutely worried for Robbie because I knew he only had 260
I had nothing.
yen on him.
I just had the ticket.
Yeah.
Like
he only had 260 yen on him, and
110.
150 of which he spent on the drink.
Yeah, so 110 yen left.
So I thought he had probably only a 50 yen because I didn't know how much the drinks were. And then I knew
And just
I
my
had
phone.
his
I had my
passport.
phone as well.
Yeah, and he left everything on the train because he was just going to be run on, run off. If I had run on, run off, I usually have my I have everything on me. It's like a little clip-on wallet, and it's got my passport, my pass, my rail pass, and all my money in it. Everything's on it, and I just clip it on me all day long. Whereas he had nothing. Ran off.
That's all in my carry-on bag.
I felt
My backpack.
absolutely terrible because I was like, oh my gosh, should I get off at the next stop? Should I find Wi-Fi? Should I message him? Then I thought, wait, he might not have his phone either. So I started rummaging through the bag.
Yeah.
Thank God his phone wasn't there.
No, I had my phone.
Thank goodness.
Like I was stranded. Pretty much. I
Yeah,
had nothing.
he
Like,
was
I was stranded there.
And then I started speaking to the train person. He came over, seeing that I was in absolute worry. Tried to calm me down and sat beside me and asked me what was going on, and then he realised that there was a seat missing next to me, and he looked at it must have been his sheet or something. It's like an electronic thing, and it obviously tells him who's bought what tickets and where they're sitting. If they're reserved, we reserved ours.
Yeah.
And so he said, oh, where's your other person? And I said, he just got off and the door closed and he didn't get back on.
Yeah.
And immediately he realised why I was in worry, and he tried to be like, oh, he can catch the next train, he might be on the next train, stay on this train until you get to Kyoto, it will get there at 2:11, 3 hours away.
Well,
I was going to be on
That's
this,
what you should have done.
yeah, I was going to be on this train 3 hours by myself. I didn't know if he was going to get the next train, and then we started talking. About an hour into the conversation, the train driver finally asked, like, does he have his rail pass ticket on him? And I
He
said,
wasn't the train driver.
no, but he was, you know,
Staff.
one of the train crew. I told him, well, he's got, you know, the ticket to get on the train. He said, no, he needs his rail pass. I said, well, I've got his rail pass, and I've got his passport, and I've got his money. And immediately my heart just sunk because I knew where this was going, and the guy was like, okay, he cannot exit that train station without having a rail pass, so he cannot go book another train.
No.
And if the people saw that he missed the bus, they might have missed the train, they might have let him on another train, but it depends what train it is. And so immediately he started helping me out. He looked at his passport, got his name, because obviously we don't have money to call each other. We didn't get a Japanese SIM card. It's probably something we should get.
Maybe we should. Just in case.
Thinking now, like, that's probably something we should get.
Just for a bit. Just use it for like emergencies.
Exactly, but we didn't have one.
Yeah.
We had no Wi-Fi. There's no Wi-Fi on these bullet trains.
Well, there is, but I think you got to pay for it.
I asked the guy. He said there was no Wi-Fi on the train that I was on.
Okay.
And then he said, well, we can try calling from his phone. So I tried calling Robbie from his phone. I don't think he realised that it was the New Zealand number in Japan, so it wasn't calling.
Maybe if I had a
Just wasn't
Japanese SIM,
into-
it would have.
Yeah, if he had a Japanese SIM, it would have worked.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't have that. So I couldn't call him. So the guy was so kind that he got all the information, and he started, like, he left me for about an hour. Calling all the trains that were behind us. Like, I don't think he thought to call the other line. He was just calling our line. Like, any train that was on our track, he was calling for a solid hour. Like, he would come
I wonder
back.
if that's why they let me. Because the guy that came and checked my ticket, like, I was so worried, like, when he came and checked my ticket, that he was going to be like, why are you on this train? Like, what are you doing? You shouldn't be here. But he just, like, checked my ticket, and it's...
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
actually.
it was... I don't know.
Yeah, but
It would've been-
yeah, so he was calling for a solid, and he came back every about 15 minutes. I think I saw him about 4 times, just being like, "Sumimasen, please excuse
Working
me.
on
I'm working on it. I'm still trying to find it for you." And he was just constantly checking up on me, which made me feel really. I think he just saw how distraught I was, and
Oh, that's
how
so sweet.
worried and upset. Like, I was constantly in tears. Like,
Yeah.
I would get better. And then I'd feel really stink again, and then someone would get on with their couple or partner or whatever, and I'd just feel stink again. And I was just, the main reason I was so upset, guys, was because I was worried for Robbie. I thought he was stranded at this place.
Well, I was.
But I thought maybe you'd wait for me, and I should have got off and found Wi-Fi and messaged you. I shouldn't have stayed on to Kyoto,
No, you did the right thing.
But-
You stayed on.
But,
Yeah.
the worry kicks in and you start doubting every decision that you've made. And I thought, he's stuck there with like 50 yen in my head, and he's stuck there with no passport, no money, no credit, nothing. He has nothing. I have everything. what is he doing there? Like, this should be in reverse. I should have got off and grabbed the drink. Worst part is, the second the door closed, a trolley lady came around offering like sweets and drinks for purchase. I was so frustrated.
But did you buy any of it?
No, she offered it to me and she's like, would you like to buy a drink? And I was just like, no, I don't want to drink anymore. I didn't drink or eat the whole time. I was just so upset. Like, I hadn't had breakfast, I hadn't had lunch, I was dehydrated and starving. My stomach was constantly
Oh yeah, I also had a bottle. I had that.
Yeah, he had the bottle.
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It tasted disgusting actually.
So after the train left, I ran to the guy. I was like, wait. And it's like, sorry, it's gone. And then I was like, sort of pestering him, like, what should I do? Like, which train do I catch next? And then he's like, okay, catch this one here, and it's at 10 past 12. Which wasn't too, I think it would have been like 20 minutes
so
after
20, 25 minutes after my one.
Yeah. And so I was waiting around a bit, like, I almost cried. It was like so...
He almost cried. I was booing the whole time.
So worried and stuff. And then, what did I do? Oh yeah, I ran out to the Starbucks to try and send a message, but I couldn't connect to their Wi-Fi for some reason. It just wasn't working. And then I went back down and just continued waiting at the train. Finally got on the train, which I made sure that was going to Kyoto and was, the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I actually tried to sit down in a reserve seat.
Oh.
Because my ticket said reserved, but obviously it wouldn't have worked for that train. But I tried anyway. But some people were like, no, sorry, some people were saying you cannot sit here. You must go to the non-reserved car. So I went to the non-reserved car, sat down, found a seat.
Like you did, because that's where I was waiting.
Yeah. And then this nice Japanese gentleman, Ken.
Japanese?
Yeah, Ken. He came and sat next to me.
Okay.
And he's luckily he was learning English by, funnily enough, he's learning English by a New Zealand guy. A New Zealand guy is teaching him English.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know this.
Through his company. Anyway, yeah, so he was really good to talk to. Like, he helped calm me down, and, I told him like what happened and stuff. And then he actually used, he hotspotted me with his phone, so I could use Wi-Fi and send a message to you to tell you which.
He sent me 4 messages, which I couldn't get until I got
until you
to
got. I figured that you wouldn't get
So
them
the entire time,
then.
while he was being calmed down, and he even bought you a snack
Yeah,
to calm you down
brought
to
me
Pokios or something.
Pokis.
Piperos.
Pokis are those,
Yeah.
Chocolate
It's the ones that we have, the little
chocolate
packets that we
sticks.
have. Yeah. He bought him those, and was just apparently really nice to him and everything. Just like this crew guy was really nice to me. Anyway, this crew guy comes back to me after about an hour of trying, about half an hour before we've reached Kyoto. So at 2.5 hours in, he finally comes back to me with an answer, and he sits down next to me and puts his arm around me like this, and he's just like, and bowing constantly, and he's like, I'm really sorry, but we've searched this whole line, and he's not on it.
Really?
Yeah, because you were on the other line.
Yeah, I was on the other
So
one.
he said he called all the lines. He spent a whole hour doing that for me.
No.
And
because I knew not to get on that.
Yeah.
The Nozomi
But
line.
he felt so sorry for me, and he was just like, I'm so sorry, please forgive me, the whole time. And I was just like, it's not your fault, my eyes just started pulling my eyes out again, because I was just like, oh no, he's not on the line, he's not going to get there, he's waited at this station, and I'm going to have to try and find Wi-Fi, I'm going to try and message him, call him on Facebook or something, and get back on a train, go meet him, get us tickets again, and get back on another train. That was what was going through my head, was I can't believe he's been stranded at this place for 3 hours. So I was feeling so nauseous, I did not want to see any food. I was smelling all these delicious foods I didn't want it. I was seeing all these beautiful sights, and I was thinking, stupid pretty lake, I can't enjoy this because Robbie isn't here. It was just all going downhill really fast in the last half hour, and so he was trying to calm me down, he was so apologetic. It was not his fault at all. But I think he just felt really stink that the door had closed on him as he was reaching it. He felt really sad for me, especially because he obviously knew that I was a foreigner. He knew that I was from New Zealand, and it was our, early beginning of our travel.
We've had nothing but kindness from the Japanese people.
Oh, there was one time, but
one
yeah,
time.
but that was just
So he was a worker
having
and
a grumpy
he's
day.
probably
But honestly, like I would have been so much more upset and so much more stressed if it wasn't for this man, and I wish I got his name because he put me at ease so much, and I'm just so thankful for him. And that when I got off, I was just freaking out. I couldn't get Wi-Fi. I had to go downstairs with all our bags. I had his suitcase, my suitcase, his backpack, I don't know how the heck I managed it all, but I managed to get down there and finally found Wi-Fi after about 5-10 minutes. It felt like forever. It felt like forever. It was probably only 5 minutes of running around like trying to connect. Finally connected, and his messages came through. And oh my gosh, it was like a ton of bricks just being like lifted off my shoulders, because his messages was saying things like, "Hey hun, I'm really sorry, I missed the train, I'm on the next one, this is the train number, this is the time I'm getting there, it's only 20 minutes after you, wait for me." I took the stairs with all the luggage because I didn't want to miss him, and the elevator was taking too slow because
I would have waited around for you.
Yeah, but there was a line, there was like a big line of people wanting to get on it, so I was just like, nope, screw up taking the stairs with these two big seats. Like, anyway, I got up to the top and there was a train that had stopped, and I didn't know if it was Robbie's train or not, so I leaned over and there was a crew member with his head out, you know, like checking the sides, and I said, you know, Sumimasen, please help me.
Hikari 47.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Hikari 471.
Yeah, that was
where do I find this train? And he said, it's right opposite you, it's on the other line. And immediately I knew, because it was on the other line, that's why we couldn't find Robbie. So the guy directed me, to that platform, and it told me when it was coming. I finally understand the train station signs now. The numbers of the the numbers, when they're arriving, all that sort of stuff. I can understand it now, even though it's in Japanese. I can sort of see each stop because he pointed it out to me. So I was able to wait. I saw the bullet train come, I ran. I saw that number 1 to 5 was unreserved seats, so I knew that Robbie would probably be on those seats. And I ran to the end, and there he was, and it was like that slow motion beach run. Because I saw him and he saw me, and then he just ran over to me, and oh my god, I felt like there were so many times where I was like, I should pull out the camera and show his train coming in, or I should pull out the camera and tell this story, but I didn't want to tell it by myself. I was too upset. And
good.
It's just one of those moments, and
I knew you would be waiting for me in Kyoto.
Of course. Well, that was the thing as well, is I was just praying. The minute I saw that he was not on the train, and I tried to look out for him, but they have these gates that are up so high that you can't actually see people on the other side a lot of the time through the window of the bullet train. So I tried to look out for him and I couldn't see if he made it, which is why when I saw that the door had opened, I thought it might have been him, and it wasn't. So the minute that I saw it wasn't, I just burst into tears and just started praying constantly, like please God, you know, like I broke down into prayer. Like people probably saw me praying out loud. I was. I had my hands out in front of me and I was just like, please God, please, you know. And he obviously answered my prayers, because there he was. He caught the next train. He had an awesome Japanese man, by the sounds of it, help him out.
Yeah, Ken.
Able to hotspot him.
It was great.
If he hadn't hotspotted him, I wouldn't have got those messages. And I would have obviously been waiting, but I would have been in a much more panicked state. I wouldn't have been able to calm down the way that I did when I got to the station. And I would have been an absolute train wreck. Excuse the pun. So...
Well, I bought you a drink to you at the end.
He did. There was like a mouthful left and it was absolutely disgusting. Totally not worth it.
Not worth it. Not worth all of that.
That was terrifying.
Yeah.
That's our story of today. He got stranded.
That's it. Stranded with only
with
a bottle
110 yen
tea
and Japanese tea.
And my phone.
And your phone. Thank goodness for the phone.
That's it. That's all I had. This is probably our longest video.
Probably. That being said, we didn't really film much of today because of that.
It's a very extreme day.
Very emotional day. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna enjoy these creme brulees and chocolate thingies.
And just enjoy each other's company.
We need to.
After
3 hours of not seeing each other, we're just clinging on to each other. Just clinging on more for the fact that we're safe and we have each other and that nothing bad happened.
Yeah.
So we're gonna leave it at that, I think, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, arigato.
Arigato.